all paneling comes from what you want to convey in the story. Like, what are you trying to say with this page of the story? So the way you want to think about paneling is it's your eye. It's your field of vision. This is everything that you can see. So when you have a long panel like this, you're trying to see wide. You're trying to see a wide scene, a wide shot. It's like you're looking at the horizon. When you have a panel that's long and tall like this, let me move this out of the way. Then you're trying to look up at something. You're trying to see, like, let's say there's a building up here that you're trying to look at. And it's really super tall. And you're looking up. But you don't need a wide panel to see all that. Like, let's say this is off. And we're talking about your eye. So if it's wide like this, there's almost no point in the building being up like that, because you're trying to see everything that's in the sky. You're trying to see everything. You're widening your vision to see everything. And so there's going to be more stuff around here for you to see if your vision or the panel borders are like this, versus if it's just like long and tall like this. We already know that you're trying to look up or you're trying to look down. Let's get another panel going here. So you're trying to look, you're narrowing your focus, you're narrowing, like, this is long, and now you're narrowing your vision so you can see something going up or down, because it's very vertical. It's a very vertical panel. So let's say something is down, like you're looking at a little guy down here, he's standing there, and you're looking down. You have all these, and it's like a building, and there's a sidewalk, and then there's a street sign or whatever, and you're looking down at the scene because you're on the other side of the street, and you're looking down to see if your Uber is here or if your DoorDash is here. You know what I mean? So that's why paneling is the way it is. Like, just from understanding the basics, the fundamentals of paneling, you know why a panel long like this would be even necessary, because it's showing the point of view of somebody looking down at something. And so I was thinking about at work, I was thinking about a panel in which we're trying to convey speed. Let's say we're trying to convey something that's happening so fast that you barely notice it or you barely see it. So if you're trying to look at something whizzing by you, like shooting past you, you're gonna widen your vision. You're not gonna narrow it, because then you will miss the thing. See, like, it'll go so fast, it's already out of your vision line. Like, you can't see it. So naturally, it always goes back to the natural inclination of the person doing things. You'll naturally widen your vision so you can see what's shooting past you. And so here's a trick that manga does, and they do it extremely well, is when they use motion lines, direction lines. A lot of people just use these willy-nilly, and I'm like, stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like, they use these willy-nilly, and then it's like they don't even know why they're using it. Other people call them zap lines. We used to call them zap lines in the Kubert school, but I like to call them motion lines. And so one thing that manga does really well, I'm going to use the ruler here. Let's see, special ruler. Yep, I want a radial line. That's what I want. And I'm going to put it right here. So we're showing something whizzing by us super fast. And since it starts with reading direction. So in America, since we're reading, God damn it, we're reading in left to right, not like manga. We're reading left to right in America. we're starting. The first piece of information we need is going to be on this side. Is going to be on this side. So the first piece of information we need is going to be on the left. It's going to start on the left. And so if we're trying to show something whizzing by our field of vision, we're going to start here on the left. And this is the technique that they do in manga. So what manga does is they'll make their lines radiate out from the point at which you were supposed to start looking. This panel. So we're in a wide panel because we're trying to see what's whizzing by our face. Like, we're trying to see what is going so fast that we need to naturally widen our field of vision to see what's going by our face. And that's why the panel is long ways. Like, that's why it's a long rectangle instead of let's see, up and down like this. Like, if we were looking up, let's say we were looking up at the sun, now it has a different meaning because of the position of the page. Or let's say something fell down and exploded, it has a new meaning because it's flipped around and now things are shooting down and it explodes. It's different. But right now I'm trying to convey speed. So something that's flying straight by your face. So what manga will do is they'll put the focus lines going here to this blank space. Your eye automatically notices this blank space just because there's nothing there. Is pure white, and the contrast with everything else around it makes it appear as if, okay, this is where I was supposed to look, but where I was supposed to look, there's nothing there. And so if we were to draw something over here, let's say a bullet or a bomb or whatever, we're drawing something going by so fast that where we were supposed to look, it's already beyond that. And this is what manga will do a lot. This is how they convey speed expertly. So the need of the story was, we need to convey something going super fast, and this is one of the ways which manga goes about accomplishing that. There's first, when you're reading the page, let me break down how you're reading the page. You're reading the page, and then boom, it goes, your eye goes straight to this empty space here. You're like, what was supposed to be there? And then you see this, and it's like, oh shit, that was what was supposed to be there. It's like a ball or a bullet or whatever you want it to be. And then to lead the eye even more, you can put a word here, like a sound effect. You would put the sound effect in between, like where would I put the sound effect? Am I going to put it down here where the other panels are? Or am I going to put it over here in this little thing? Actually, I could, and that would be like an effect. Like, let's say somebody was hitting a baseball, and then a sound effect, like, let's say, boom. It's like where you're supposed to look is literally where the baseball was smacked, and then we see the ball here. So that's one way to do that. But that changes the meaning. Like, any little piece of information that you add to the panel or to the page changes the meaning of what you're trying to convey. Like, it changes the meaning of the story that you're trying to show. And so where my mind goes first is like putting the sound effect here to follow the object. So you read it and you see the object. Now, let me ask you this, how would we make this seem even faster than we currently have it? So if we wanted to make this seem even faster, what I would do, this is where my mind goes immediately. I would move this out of the frame. Now the object has completely left your field of vision. And like you're looking over here. You're looking over here and you can't find anything. Like it's just a white space. Then you look over to the right where the thing is supposed to be, and it's already left your field of vision, which is what the panel border is. It's left your field of vision and it's like it's gone. And the way that you would lead the eye through that is so that the information is clearly conveyed, is you would put that sound effect in there. And even the direction of the sound effect, even the way it's staged, is a way to convey speed. Like say how I'm doing it right now, like the O's get more slanted, like that would convey the feeling or effect of something starting off slow and then getting faster as time goes on, just because of how the words are placed. Like these are the very fundamentals of how like paneling works in manga and in comics in general. If you understand this, you have the keys to making, well, you have part of the keys. You have the keys to storytelling. So a sound effect would be here and it would just follow the line of the object. In my mind, and I can't draw it right now because it would be too elaborate, it would be some person that's going by so fast with a sword that in my mind, when I was thinking about this while I was washing dishes earlier at work, I was thinking of somebody's going by so fast with a sword that the very next panel would be some character trying to react to it. Like they're looking how we're looking. Like, what the hell just happened? What just came by? And so if you want to direct the eye to the page more, you wouldn't just put the eyes in the middle of the face, because the face on a panel tells you how to feel about what just happened. This happened so fast that he doesn't even have time to be happy or sad. But what he's trying to do is what we're trying to do, this character, and they're trying to understand what just happened in terms of the speed of this object. So he's looking to the side. And then what I was thinking of at work, and they'll have panels like this in manga all the time where it stops for a beat for the character to react to something happening. And then the next panel we get would be, let's say this character has a sword. And he's already crossed the threshold of a bunch of other characters. And the person the focal character we're looking at, he's among these characters here. So even the positioning of the sword character, who is basically this dot that you see in the front, in the top panel, he's now over here. His action is completed. His arc is finished. The character who was looking to see if they could find him is over here. And then you can probably even guess what I'm going to do in this bottom panel here, and we try to keep the characters basically in the same exact spot so we can show the effect of what's happening. So this character stays the same while these characters, where's my eraser? These characters get screwed. They're done for. Look at them. Oh no, they're cooked. Let me see what else I can do. Watch this. And this is what happens in anime all the time. Boom. Oh no. And this is how you draw this. You just leave that there. And then this is something that they do in anime as well, where they if they're trying to hide the gruesomeness of something, they'll put it in they'll put it in silhouette. They'll have the blood splatter everywhere. They'll have like some dramatic background where it's like, oh wow, he killed those guys so hard. And it'll be like that. Like literally, you convey the whole story with just simple drawings. Like this is literally how they do manga paneling in Shonen Jump or anywhere. You don't need huge expensive effects or drawings. Literally, if you can do this, you can do anything. If you can do simple stick figures, you can tell a story. Because storytelling is different from being a good artist. It's vastly different from being a good artist. Like a lot of movies that you see just start off with simple drawings like this. Like if you've seen the storyboards for Parasite, or maybe was it Squid Game? No, I think it was Parasite. If you've seen the storyboards for Parasite, they look very, very simplified. I've never seen the movie Parasite, the Korean movie that came out, but it started off very simple like this. Let me actually pull that up. The drawings literally don't matter. So literally, it was drawn just like this. I'm not lying. Like, look at that. But the story behind it and the way that they're using storytelling to convey what they're trying to say, it translated to the movie because there was such a strong story, a strong narrative underneath. And well, I haven't watched it, so I don't know if there's a strong narrative or not, but it connected with a lot of people. So I'm assuming because there's a strong idea underneath the drawings that they're trying to tell, you're able to get the meaning of the story without having to fully render every drawing. They didn't need to make a comic book because storytelling is different from drawing. I think if there's anything you take from this video, is that storytelling is different from drawing. It's a completely different process. And so like you can convey a story just by doing something like this. I even want to go more in depth into kind of making this look cool, where this panel would be black so that you only focus on the character himself. That's why they do black panels in manga, so that you only focus on the character and their thought. It basically seals you in with the character so that you don't think about anything else. So something flew by his field of vision, and it was this guy. And now we see the effect of that. Boom, everyone dies. And that's how they do most manga these days. It's cool, it's fun, it's effective. And yeah, if you understand the basic fundamentals, like I mentioned, using this book, it's Picture This by Molly Bang. It is how pictures work. It breaks down pictures to the absolute most fundamental shapes, basic shapes and sizes that you would need to understand how information is conveyed to the human mind. When you understand the basic principles in this book, you'll understand how something like this would work, or you'd understand the basic principles behind the way panels are arranged and how they're drawn, and why the spacing and the placing of the characters has meaning. It's because of the things that I learned in this book that allowed me to draw what I draw these days. And basically, and this is a theory that I had for a long time, like maybe since I was 20 or even it's called layer theory, where you start off with the basic, most fundamental elements of an interesting story and then build off of that. So we have a very interesting panel arrangement or situation here. And now you can basically slap any anime or manga style or comic book style on top of this basic arrangement, and it would still read the same. You can change the angles of everything, but if you don't change it too much, you know what I mean? Like, you want to still have the same effect, but you can slap anything now on top of this because the foundation, the core of it is so strong that if you wanted to make a story out of this, or if you wanted to make a scene out of this, you could put Jason Fabok style on it, or you can put Hunter x Hunter style on it. It would still read the same. It would still be the same thing. If you do too much to it, move around the characters, move around the angles, and do all this kind of stuff to it, embellish it too much, then you lose the effect because you're now deviating from the simplicity, the fundamental elements that was already there to begin with. If you so like you can do Invincible style over it. You can put Hunter x Hunter style over it. It could be a straight cartoon. It can be exactly as it is right now, and the effect would still be the same as long as you keep everything in the same similar spot, the same similar arrangement, so that it doesn't lose the fundamental effect that was created in this storyboard. So this is basically what it is. It's a storyboard. And yeah, that's my paneling lesson for the day.